So the training today, as many of you may have known from checking online and from hearing from others in your groups, we're talking about FAVAO. And we're excited because FAVAO really is a life changer. We've known about XANGO Juice being a life changer, and then we introduced Glimpse and Elavive and these phenomenal products. And then FAVAO has a new level of being able to change people's lives. And I think the first person that I heard introduce herself was Eva Barela. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Eva has one of my favorite stories out of Pueblo, Colorado. She and her sister Becky have some great stories about FAVAO, so I know they're here to learn about what they can do with their FAVAO lifestyle and their FAVAO business. And we are pleased to be joined today by FAVAO expert and all-around good gal, Robyn Webb. Robyn, are you there?
I'm here, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you for being on the call with us. Thank you for your great leadership with this product line and your presence with people on Facebook and in person and on phone calls and on texts. Really is exemplary. We appreciate that. I'm not saying that just because you're a Webb. You're a Webb by marriage, and you say it took just the right amount of time to find a Webb to get married to, but the reality is you're awesome for XANGO and for FAVAO. We appreciate that. Thank you for being part of XANGO Nation. And Robyn Webb, take it away.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Dave. I have to tell you that my agenda says that we were going to hear from Shelley a little bit first.
Well, I wish you hadn't started talking so quickly right when I was going to introduce Shelley. That was pretty selfish of you, Robyn.
Well, it's all about me, and I wanted to talk first. But let's let Shelley.
You really are a Webb, maybe by more than just marriage. But if Shelley, are you on the line, Shelley Smith?
I am definitely on the line.
Did you think
chuckling away.
You would never be skipped. Shelley, why don't you give us a little background on your story? Give us the 90-second version of Shelley. What's going on?
Oh, gosh. That's not enough time. I also am narcissistic. But 2 years ago, my husband and I were introduced to XANGO in general, and we're very excited when FAVAO was introduced. I am one of the people out here that probably don't have a huge weight loss story to tell. I didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but I did need to get healthy. My husband had a little more weight to lose. We decided we were going to try it, and we've just been thrilled with the results. My husband's lost 30 pounds plus. I've lost 10 pounds. And just the extent that we're practicing what we've been taught and how it's impacting our lives, it's so much more than just weight loss. It's fabulous.
And isn't that really the truth? The whole point of it, it's almost like weight loss is a side benefit. And I don't mean to understate that, but the reality is you get so much control over yourself and your decisions and your lifestyle that the weight loss becomes secondary. I remember when I was being dragged kicking and screaming into the lifestyle choices that Robyn and Trish were trying to help me with. I remember that after the first couple of weeks, I realized the number itself of weight loss did not matter to me anymore. It was how I felt, how I was feeling, how I was able to carry myself with other people, and just the associations were phenomenal. So, Shelley, thank you very much for sharing with us. It was awesome.
Shelley?
Great. No problem. Yes.
Can you go ahead and share just a little bit about what the book means to you and how you reference it often?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that you can order FAVAO products individually online, but I have to recommend to get the starter kit, get your booklet, because it just eliminates the tendencies and the tendency to maybe slide a little bit or not to know exactly what to do. So, like at first, we used our booklet and followed it to the letter. I thought I knew how to eat healthy, but after reading through our booklet, we found that we both just needed to learn a new way of not just feeding our bodies, but nourishing our bodies and fueling our bodies. And the booklet's super easy to follow. Recipes are simple and delicious, and I love the shopping guide in it. It's a small enough book that I can take it with me to the grocery store. And while now we're at the point where we're not really following any specific week, we use the guidelines and the lessons from the booklet as a reference in the menus that we choose now. So if we ever feel that maybe we're sliding into a danger zone or something, into old habits, we just flip open our booklet, look through the menus again, and we can see pretty quickly where we're going wrong. Usually portion control. It's usually portion control for me because FAVAO approved meals are delicious. But the other thing that I just wanted to quickly say about the booklet that has been a big change for me in my life is exercise. If it was just a booklet about diet, I probably never would have added exercise. But I could see that the diet worked, the menus worked, the eating plan worked, so I thought I've got to add exercise to my life. And that is when big things started to happen for us. So not only has it taught us how to care for our bodies, but it's because the confidence is growing and belief in taking care of myself and my education on nutrition, I know why I have to take care of my body. I can see the difference in the way I feel now to previously before. So I love this booklet. I think that it's invaluable. FAVAO is a lifestyle that's meant to be lived. So we don't ever plan on eating differently again. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Shelley. That is the way to go. It is basically the ultimate textbook for how you can live healthily for the rest of your life. And so thank you to Shelley for that. And now, because we've given the proper build-up, I think we should hear from Robyn Webb.
Yay!
FAVAO expert Robyn, take it away.
Oh, my goodness. After hearing what Shelley had to say, I'm not sure that I could say anything else that would be any more powerful. But I am grateful for the opportunity to be on this call today. I heard so many friends signing on from all over the country. So welcome to all of you. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to be with us today to talk about the FAVAO program. I'm sure that most of you probably know what the FAVAO program is, but we're going to kind of recap a couple of things because I think as you get out there and start to share your knowledge and share this lifestyle with other people, it never hurts to brush up on your education, and it also helps you to on that little accountability piece with yourself, and we'll touch on that in just a few minutes. So today my focus is going to be, though, on the FAVAO program, which is that adorable, bright, flashy orange program book that most of you probably have. If you don't have it, you need to get one. If you do have it, you need to put it on your kitchen counter and you need to leave it there for the rest of your life, except for when you're taking it grocery shopping with you. In fact, I talked to Shelley Smith yesterday, and she said, this book has been on my countertop for the last year, and that's what's allowed her to stay on target because it's very visual. And don't you just love what the design team has done with this book? It's really pretty to look at, too. And, gosh, what a great conversation starter to be flipping through that at the grocery store, and people want to know what it is and where you got it.
Yeah, I became a 5K just by shopping. I'm totally kidding. I can't be a 5K.
No, it's true. You could probably actually be a premier, Dave, if you would take the Snickers out of your grocery cart.
Carry on with the rest of your actual presentation, if you would, Robyn.
Yes, I'm going to keep going then. So what this is, what the FAVAO program book is, it really is an education system. Obviously, there are a lot of people who don't know how to properly feed their body or properly exercise. If we all knew how to do this, we wouldn't have some of the problems that are prevalent in America and actually globally today. So this is an education system. With this book, you have everything that you need to get started eating healthy, exercise, setting goals, learning how to be accountable. And in fact, it's based on 7 different keys of wellness. And we're going to just touch on each one of those keys briefly. The first key we're going to talk about is the supplementation. Now, obviously, it's a fantastic supplement line to support your FAVAO lifestyle. Unfortunately, the food that we eat today isn't necessarily as full of the nutrients and the things that our body needs to recover, and we're having to get some of those nutrients through supplementation. One thing that's really important is to make sure you're getting plenty of protein because that is the building block of your muscle. And seriously, I can't think of a meal I'd rather eat than FAVAO protein. If there was a way I could just live on that 6 meals a day, I would probably try to do it. It's far none the best protein powder I've ever had. And what I love about the FAVAO product line is that I know it's all natural, it's healthy, it's clean. I can recommend it without any reservations. It's free of the artificial sweeteners. It's just fantastic. The founders have really worked hard to make sure that they're bringing a product to market that you can promote and be proud of. So supplementation, very important. And we give you the nutritional guidelines. It's interesting how many people, they don't know what a healthy carbohydrate is or what a healthy protein source is. And you learn all of that in this book. It's very concise. and yet very brief and very thorough. So we've got the nutritional program lined out for you. You don't have to think about it. Every week you're going to eat, we made it really simple because you're going to eat the same meals every day for a week. And we give you some tips and suggestions and ways to mix it up so you've got some variety, but it makes things very simple. You want to make sure that you're eating your meals on time. You want to make sure that you're doing your meal preparation, and we'll get into the meal prep in just a few minutes.
Robyn, let me jump in on that, just because if you ever want to know a picky eater, you are listening to him now. And the similarity of meal plans from day to day during those individual weeks, you could say, people would think, well, I don't want to get bored of the same meal every day. You don't, because you're going through it with 3 different meals, 3 different snacks every day for a week. And when you can exploit the simplicity of doing that preparation all at one time for the main meals, and then I used to just do my dinner meal fresh at home. I didn't prepare that one early because I just like to have a participation with the family time. But that makes it so much simpler, and you don't get bored with the meals. All of a sudden, the week is done, and you're on to another one, and you find yourself 2 or 3 weeks later wondering, well, I want to get back to that other meal, and you want to finish out your 12 weeks so you can start to play around with the schedule again. So it's an awesome program with that consistency in the same meals because it gets your body regulated and doing what's right to lose weight, feel good.
Which is so true. And honestly, variety is highly overrated. If any of you, I would challenge you to look at your nutrition program pre-FAVAO, and my guess is that most of you are eating the same roughly 15 meals or food combinations on a regular basis. You might throw in some changes here and there, but we're creatures of habit, and we find those things that we like, and we gravitate towards them, and that tends to be the foundation of our nutrition program, whether it was healthy or otherwise. So having it nice and simple, just like you said, Dave, you don't have to think about it. It helps get your body regulated, and as you create new habits of nutrition, and just like Shelley stated in her testimonial, start to learn guidelines, and you don't have to necessarily follow the meal plan to the T. You've got enough education that you know when you're making a healthy choice and when maybe you need to reevaluate what you're about to take in. And I've seen a lot of diet programs. My goodness, I followed a lot of diet programs in the past. And if you look at it, some of them are so complicated, and they have a different meal for every single meal for the week, and it's a tremendous amount of grocery shopping and waste and preparation, and it's just extremely complicated. So if anybody is turning up their nose at the concept of eating the same meals for the entire week, I would just challenge them, give it a week or two and give it a try. I think you'll be completely committed after just a couple of days because it is so darn simple. Okay, another one of the 7 keys that is so important is hydration, which is water. You want to make sure that you're getting in your 3 or so liters of water per day. If you're exercising, more intensely, you're probably going to have a little bit higher requirement for the water. But the water is going to help flush the toxins and the waste through your system and keep things just moving a little bit better. So hydration is very important. Another one of the 7 keys is the resistance training, and resistance training would be your weight training, whether you're using weights or body weight. Janice Newland is a big fan of the TRX system, which makes Jesse so happy. That would be considered resistance training. Very important that you're giving your muscles that resistance because it's kind of a paradox that to build up your muscle, you actually have to tear it down first, and you tear it down by working it really hard. So have that resistance training, tear the muscle down. You're going to use your fantastic FAVAO Proline Reload to help recover and some FAVAO protein, and you're going to build that muscle up a little bit stronger, and it's going to give you that shape that you're after. Cardio training would be your cardiovascular training, of course, and that's one of the 7 keys. That is your running, walking, anything that you do to get your heart rate elevated. Cardio training is important for fat burning, but it's also very important just for your health and for heart health and for being able to maintain a fitness level as we're all doing this, we're growing older, but you want to make sure that you're able to keep that fitness level and even increase it. So get the cardio training. If you have not tried using the FAVAO Proline Ignite before a cardio workout, I would encourage you to do so. Holy cow. I actually wore out a pair of running shoes in one session because I used Ignite before I went running. It was that good. And I'm just
like
kidding.
a tall tale, but we're going to allow it.
Yeah, I don't think that was a claim
Gotcha.
of any sort, but absolutely, I love my Ignite. I love the endurance that it gave me. So, and it really helps if you find yourself struggling with cardio or with the resistance training, you need that extra edge, and Limitless is not where you want to turn. Definitely try the Ignite, and it was designed to be a pre-workout. Okay, rest. Now this is a big deal because I struggle with this. I'm just going to come clean with everybody. I think sleeping is a waste of time. In fact, I turned 44 last week, and I realized that I have probably slept 11 years of my life, and I just about had a coronary when I thought about that. I thought, what could I have accomplished in those 11 years if I had not had to sleep? And that's been a mindset for me that I've had to shift, because the body, it truly does not recover and does not perform optimally if you're not getting, the 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And I realize that there are some people that actually have a higher requirement. The body needs that rest to recover, so you can eat healthy, you can exercise, you can do everything right, but if you don't give yourself the downtime to recover physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually, you're not going to ultimately get the results long term that you want. So I'm a huge advocate of rest. I've been getting my 7 hours every night almost every night since I've last few years adopted this FAVAO lifestyle, and I have to tell you, it makes a huge difference in how I perform each day. So I'm a convert to the whole sleeping. I hope that you are too, and you can recognize the importance of that. If you're struggling with your rest, of course, there's some great products, the Rest and Renew, that can help you to kind of turn your brain off a little bit and wind down. And I also, just another little product promotion here, the Tranquility oil. I rub that on my feet every night before I go to bed, just to kind of take a minute to wind down and allow my body to go into that rest and repair state. And then this is a big one. It's the accountability. This is the last of the 7 keys. And, it's kind of funny how, as humans, sometimes we will do something for somebody else more than we'll do it for ourselves, even when it would benefit ourselves, such as adopting a healthy lifestyle like the FAVAO program. So we talk a lot about accountability, and I think that the Facebook and social media has just been a fantastic vehicle for people to connect and keep in touch with each other. And if you have questions or concerns or challenges, or you need somebody to talk you off a ledge, everybody's there for each other. And when you have that support group and you know that there's somebody who's going to check up on you, it makes it a little bit easier to resist the temptation, because we don't want to admit that we've maybe slipped up. So accountability is a big piece, but it's also really important to be accountable to yourself and to learn to love yourself enough that you are willing to make this lifestyle change, not just because you don't want somebody to find out that you're not following the program, but because you yourself are worth it. And this is something that when I worked with Becky Reeves, she was one of our contest winners, and I was able to work with this beautiful lady for 6 weeks on coaching, and she talked a lot about that, looking in the mirror and taking Beverly Hollister's advice and saying, I am worth it. I do love myself, and I am doing this for myself because I'm worth it. So make sure that you are accountable to you, that you set goals for yourself that are reasonable, that you can accomplish, and then be accountable to that, and know that you are worth taking that extra time. One thing that I think has been fantastic is the Collins, Lisa and Randy Collins, have implemented the Lisa and Randy Collins Dream Team group on Facebook. It's a fantastic resource. They've got several hundred members, and let me just tell you, if you guys have new people coming in and they're wanting to adopt the FAVAO lifestyle, I would encourage each of you to set yourselves up a group, get your teams together and put a group together where these new members can come in and ask questions, and they'll announce the new member, everybody welcome so-and-so, and there's just the outpouring of love and support. Boy, those people are going to stick with that program, and they're going to keep using those supplements because they're going to know how to use them, and they're going to have people there who are guiding them and helping them with their education. So let's quickly talk. Dave keeps interrupting and taking part of my 15 minutes, so I'm assuming I still have a few more minutes left here, and he'll probably end it when he'll just put me on mute. He'll put me on mute when I'm done. But the way that the FAVAO lifestyle program works is we talk a little bit about meal prep. We do encourage you to get your program book, look ahead, take a couple days early, look ahead to your week, go do your grocery shopping. Make sure that you do your bulk preparation first. You can get all your chicken and all your rice and, some of those types of things cooking while you're chopping up your fresh foods. And you might have to break some of this fresh prep up into, do part at the first of the week and part midweek just so your veggies are nice and good. But get all those meals prepped. You put them together, put them in your containers, and either freeze them, put them in the refrigerator. And I am telling you, there is nothing that feels as good as looking in that refrigerator and knowing that for the next week you don't have to think about your meals. All you do is you grab and go. You throw them in a cooler, take one or two extra beyond how long you think you'll be gone, because chances are you'll almost always need them. You are never caught unaware. You're never left to the temptation of a drive-through or eating something that you know is not going to take you closer to your goal. So meal preparation is huge, and that's actually one of the things that sets us apart is we do teach you to be prepared. We teach preparation rather than emergency repair. So if you choose to do your meal prep the way that we counsel you to, you're going to always be ready to go, and you're not going to ever get caught unaware. Exercise, the reason we talked a little bit why exercise is so important to build the body and to increase the strength and ability, you've got to break it down just a little bit. And again, it's also going to just help you be able to perform better. Our goal with FAVAO is to help you to be able to do everything that you do better, not just exercise better, not just eat better, but everything that you do is going to be better. And that's one of the things that sets us apart, too. When people say, well, what can I really expect when I go on the FAVAO program? Well, one of the things you can expect is to feel fantastic. And Dave and Shelley both said this, the weight loss, it really is a side benefit, and I know that it seems like it's number one, the most important thing to a lot of us, and especially us women, and I can relate because I've been there. You just think, if I could just lose weight, then I could accomplish this or that, and we let it hold us back. It's pretty phenomenal, but when you actually start living the FAVAO program, even when you haven't got to your goal weight, how that mental transformation starts to take place, and you start to feel empowered, and everything else in your life starts to come together. You're much more capable and able to serve the people around you, and that's what I love is, and I struggled with this when I first started living this lifestyle several years ago. I felt like it was all about me, and I was spending so much time preparing my meals and making sure I had what I needed, and I thought, this doesn't feel right. I'm a mom. I should be worried about everybody else first. But you know what I found is that by taking care of myself first, by following the FAVAO program, I was able to do everything better, and my children benefited, and my husband benefited. So there's a spillover effect, and everything that you do you're going to do it with more passion. You're going to be able to approach it with a much better attitude. Just because taking control in one area of your life is going to spill over into the other areas of your life. So you've got your FAVAO program guide. You've got 12 weeks. This is what I love. They say it takes 21 days to change a habit. And boy, some of our habits are pretty darn ingrained. Well, you're going to get 12 weeks of meal plans and 12 weeks of exercise programs. So by the time you get through this book, first of all, you haven't had to think about it at all the way through. You just follow directions. If you can read, you can follow the FAVAO program. There's absolutely no guesswork in it. It's all spelled out here. So, and what I also love about it, Shelley mentioned this book helps her. She says sometimes it feels like maybe you're starting to slide a little bit, and you can pick up this book and you can look at it and evaluate, okay, what do I need to change? Or maybe you just need to grab your favorite week and jump back on the meal plan and stick right to it again and get yourself reprogrammed, because it really does teach you how to nourish your body, not how to just feed your body. And we all slide into old habits. It happens to the best of us. You might be tempted, or sometimes you might indulge. This is a great reference book also to have to just go back into and, again, identify where your weak spots might be, pick it back up, and get going. I keep mine on my counter all the time. It's just really, really dog-eared. This is a lifestyle. It's meant to be lived. And that I have to credit Shelley for that one also. This lifestyle is meant to be lived. So you've got this program book. It's going to give you an amazing kickstart into your new lifestyle, and it's a great reference guide. And if you simply follow the principles in this book for the rest of your life, you're never going to ever have to go on a diet again. It's all here. Pick it up. I'm sure that somebody's going to there's probably going to be some fantastic announcement regarding this book today.
Why do you steal thunder like that, Robyn? How can you be so selfish?
Well, you know what? I actually, you're autographing everything, right, Dave?
What you're doing is setting us up, Robyn, and we appreciate it. First of all, thanks for that great sharing and the contributions there, because you have been living the lifestyle that we have been trying to do for even longer than FAVAO has been the full program from XANGO. So it's been awesome to get your expertise on that. And I would like to add one little a personal element to what happened with me, and I don't want this to act as any kind of an excuse. This is not permission to be less than 100%, but let me tell you honestly, I give myself, when I was doing the full kickstart, I give myself about a B+ on following the meal plan. Now that means I did as much as I could, as often as I could, to stay on the plan. You get travel involved. We had holidays during that time. Even with that, I was able to stick to the plan at a B+. I lost 40 pounds, and I got a lot of health issues under control. That is ridiculous, everybody. That was not A+, 100% focused and psycho-committed from 24 hours, 7 for 12 weeks. I know that's what Robyn wants us to believe we have to do, and she's right to set those expectations, because we can't have expectations that we'll give ourselves a B+, because then we'll slip and give ourselves a C+, and it won't be nearly as fun. But seriously, you don't get to start, you don't get to take a week off if you have a little slip up. You start with the next meal. I love that about FAVAO. If somebody has a birthday at work and you have a slice of cake, now, Robyn, it's going to be a carrot cake, and it's going to be frosted with some kind of oats and bran. But if somebody happens to take a bite of birthday cake, you're not off the plan. You just start the plan with the next meal. It is really that simple and straightforward. So, Robyn, again, thank you very much for that help and all that great information. As a matter of fact, we do have a little promotion we would like to share.
Really?
We really do. We are making a 30% savings off the cost of the FAVAO program booklet. These are normally a $50 book. We're making them available for a limited time. Gina, do you want to tell us how limited the time is?
The promo starts right now and ends tomorrow night at midnight, so it's less than 48 hours. Again, it is call-in only, and please use item code 111691 for the men's program.
Whoa, sister.
111691 for the men's program, and then 111694 for the women's program.
Now, if they get an agent on the phone, they should also be able to say, Gina spoke way too quickly. Do you please have the $35 FAVAO program booklet? But say it again, 111691 for men, 111694 for the women's program. And there is a difference. Women, you don't want all the calories and eggs that the men have to eat. Men, you need all the stuff that the women don't have to eat, so pay attention. You can do a little bit of crossover, but technically it's built for the individual sexes.
And they're the same book. They're the same meals. So if you have a husband and a wife team, you're eating the same food, just different portions.
Right.
And don't forget, with these program booklets, you do get online subscription to FAVAO.com that has more recipes, more exercise tips, blogs, everything, and it does not expire, so you get unlimited access to this website.
Wow, awesome, Gina. Great plan, great program. Way to jump on whatever it was Robyn thought she was doing, and you made that happen just right in the middle of that phone call. Awesome. So again, that's the program booklet, $35 instead of $50. There are no PV attached, but $35 instead of $50. That is awesome. Now, this is the call to action for next week. We've got a good number of people on this call, but we would like to triple it for next week. Now, that means each of you on this call gets to invite 2 people. Each of you on this call will call in next week, but you will have invited 2 people. And why is that? Because we are talking about XANGO juice. Seriously, I every once in a while, my wife will say, I went without XANGO juice for 3 days and I didn't realize it. And I'm like, honey, that's the flagship product. That's what we all love. And we sometimes get away from talking about it. Sometimes we get caught up on the other great things, and they're all great things, but we can never lose sight of the power and impact that XANGO juice will have on our lives and therefore on our business. So again, we're going to keep these calls to about 30 minutes. That's the objective. We don't want to take people's time, but we do want to give you powerful information. We will be joined next week by one of the XANGO physical medical professionals, Dr. Morton or Dr. Templeman. They're both phenomenal. You flip a coin and you're going to be thrilled. But that will be next Thursday night again. This will be May 16th, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to only have you on this line for about 30 minutes, but we're going to blow your socks off with some phenomenal information about XANGO Juice. So the challenge has been issued. When you call in next week, you're inviting 2 people to call in with you or to join you when you check it online, because we're archiving the calls still. But let's fill this phone line with people to learn about XANGO Juice, because it will help them feel better. And we all want that. And we all benefit from it when everybody else starts to feel better, because they're joining our business and helping their homes by buying XANGO Juice. So Robyn Webb, thank you. Shelley Smith, thank you. Brian, Anna, Jennifer, Gina, Kelly. And for XANGO, I'm Dave Webb. Thank you for being with us. Have a terrific night and a terrific week, everybody, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.